I started working at Trinity Rep many years ago. I worked as a carpenter and in the shops and met theater folks, and it was really my first experience with theater. I imagine this is true for all designers who have the opportunity to work on Broadway. When it first happens, it's an exciting thing, you know. You're having a show that is on Broadway and does well, as it was, at least in the case of Masterclass, less so on the other two shows that I did, is sort of a big deal. But I'm sure I was excited about it, and it also led to a lot of different work in a lot of different places, and so it was essential to me, in fact, having a design career.
The set designer is really the first link an audience has. It's the first link they have with the production. So they come into our space, and it's so important that when they walk through the door and they round the corner around the seats and they get to see what the kind of theatrical space is going to look like for the first time, that they have an instant reaction.
And, you know, set design is a multi-layered, multi-disciplined profession. There's a little bit of architecture, there's a little bit of painting, there's a little bit of decorative arts. There's a lot of elements that go into being a set designer.
Michael actually designed the last Lenon play, which was a Beauty Queen of Lenon, which he did a couple of seasons ago. And so we wanted to have him back. We worked with Judith on that, who directed that one as well. And so we wanted to get those two guys together again to do this one. He designed such a beautiful space for Beauty Queen. Maybe I shouldn't say beautiful because it was quite run down and dilapidated. But he created a an incredibly detailed claustrophobic set for that felt like that the world was crushing those characters in a way that was incredibly emotionally effective. And so coming back for this one, I knew that I would get something completely different, and yet there would be a connection to that play. And he's managed to do both of those things.
His people are all crazy and have issues. So it was important to me to embrace that. And so tight, unforgiving spaces were important. But they're similar, I suppose, at least in their spirit.
And in this space in particular for this play, it's a little trickier than Beauty Queen because it has two locations.
It happens in a small room of a cottage and in a graveyard outside of a church.
It's a small theater we've got in there. It's tightly packed, and it's a real challenge for our designers to make a new world every time, especially now that we're 13 or 14 seasons in.
Every set presents you with certain situational problems to deal with. And in this case, we have to sort of dig up earth. And so you have to find some theatrical solution to that. So how do you fit a graveyard in a room inside of the whatever number of square feet we have? How do you not be over-the-top realistic so that the audience can use their imagination to fill in the blank? I don't need to have the whole house, but by seeing the one room that we have, you get a sense as to what the whole house might be. I mean, it's just a little set that's pretty good. I'm happy with it. Yeah, but it's just a set. It goes in a dumpster in 5 weeks. That's okay.